I was so stupid to think Queenie would leave me alone after I saw her and Sourface together. Oh my god! Ah!
We got in big trouble with your dad, my uncle.
Hello friends, trace amounts of science. Thought we'd get back into some of them r/Legbeard stories, Neckbeard stories. I'm not sure what it is. It's the Fatty Club. Sourface and Queenie coming back to the stage. Art Lad really turning into a beard of his own. There's 3 parts up. We'll see how many I can get through today. Might be all 3, but probably I'll find some things to say along the way. Much like I'm doing right now. Apologies for that, but not really. Thanks so much for being here. Let's get the show on the road. Tales of Community College. The one who has it bad. Part number 6. Welcome back to the stage, Dizzy Genetic Fluid. Hey, ReddX and company. I'm here once more to tell you the 6th part of this hellhole of a saga. I mean, it didn't go the way that I expected it to go, I'll say that. I was a little critical of Art Lad in the beginning, but yeah, it turns out my instincts were right on the money. There's nobody that's really all that good in this saga. Even Cherry, who saved OP last episode. Seriously, go watch the playlist in the description if you haven't yet. Thanks so much. So safe to say that this tale is going to be where I had my breaking point, as well as me breaking out of my shell. Yeah, growing that spine. On my last tale, I didn't refer to my journals because it was mostly just about me being stressed that week. Now, however, I really wrote down a whole heck of a lot, and I didn't realize that I was saving the good stuff of Queenie and Sourface. To my fellow Latin people, this means a whole lot of chisme. This entry is going to be everything that happened that weekend and the following Monday. Once again, sorry for grammar, English is hard, and I'm slowly getting the hang of storytelling. That's good. This is another part of you breaking out of your shell, and you don't even realize it. New post, who this? Yeah, it's still me, ReddX. Hi. It's Dizzy, OP, the 19-year-old introvert who's slowly coming to terms with being trans, but at the same time being slowly hardened by the BS of a good friends drama. And by hardened, I mean being jaded by it. As well you should be, honestly. When I first started this channel up, I opened the doors, I said, hey, all these people want to be my friend, and that's great. And then people started, sort of expecting things out of the friendship. Not that I'm unwilling to give, but I am unwilling to give if you're expecting it, you see. So I found a few ride or dies that have been around since like the dawn of the channel, and yeah, just sort of stick with them for the most part. I guess what I'm trying to say here is yes, indeed. Too many human interactions will jade you very quickly. We've also got Art Lad, the 19-year-old extrovert who may or may not have done anything to cause the bullshit pile that he's currently standing in. Will he confess what he did? Or is there more that he might not be willing to show? Ooh, the mystery. It continues. The plot. It thickens. We've also got Queenie, the 20-year-old nice girl, TM, may not 100% be in the right here. She wants Art Lad regardless of his feelings in the matter. Her reasoning around that makes me want to upchuck my breakfast. No, please don't. It's the most important meal of the day.
Breakfast!
But Queenie, I'm sure is gross. We just haven't really gotten that into it with her. We also got Chiki, my 37-year-old cousin, who let me live with her while I went to college. She's married and has 2 kids. Chiki's your typical East LA chica, along with that Chicano speak that you hear both in LA and in the movies. Yeah, and out of my very own brother, consequently. There's also Goodfella, 18 years old guy who has some blood connection with Sourface. More on that later. Oh, you got like a good cousin and an evil cousin? So it's time to dive headfirst into the poo pile. Last time, where we left off, I came home after classes with my cousin Chiki being home for the first time in weeks. This starts us off at Saturday morning of that Friday night. What's that mean? It's like 2 a.m.? Sort of in the middle. Chiki knocking on my door but not entering. Mija, are you okay? You been in your room since last night? You didn't even eat dinner with us? Not even a cup of cafe. Te hace una taza. Can you please come out? I made you a cup. OP talking from the other side. Not in the mood. Not now, Chiki. I'm not in the mood to talk. Not even for coffee. Chiki. Prima, I've taken a few weeks off to hang out with you only to find you crying over some essay. OP, Prima, por favor, I'm not crying, I'm just... Chiki, just what? OP, I don't want to talk about this in front of your niños, okay? Kids. And okay is spelled with an E in Latin America. Yeah, my stepdad that lives in Guatemala types ja 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 all the time. I know it's ha ha ha. There are times that I do it just to be silly. Go ahead, leave a comment that says ja 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 right now and just see how it feels. Anyway, Chiki says, oh, they're not home. They're with their abuelita, granny. You know, tu tío, your aunt. Please come out. I want to talk. I noted that I'd taken a very deep breath, and I stepped outside to see my cousin holding a tray with 2 cups of coffee and some pan dulce. That means that she's worried. Which part of that specifically means she's worried? The pan dulce? Or just the whole collect? It's probably a pan dulce, you know? If she came with just the coffee, everything would be fine. This is normal. OP says, okay, what do you want to talk about? And Chiki says, I saw you yesterday looking like you were wanting to cry, and I want to know if my prima's alright. OP, Chiki, I'm not okay. I'm so pissed off and betrayed, and I was just dragged into something, like a perro yisuguete, dog and his toy. Oh, I love butchering the pronunciations of all the Spanish. Chiki, do you want to have a talk with him? OP says, no, Chiki. You barely missed the cops that one time. Plus, I don't want you to lose your job at the factory. Oh, that's why talk is in quotation marks. I see. Chiki says, I'm just kidding. Kinda. Come on, Prima, let's sit at the coffee table and we'll talk it out. So I followed her to the living room and told her everything that I've told you guys in these posts. She knows about my past trauma, and she's one of the first ones that I've told, and to say that my cousin was pissed off would be an understatement. What? You're kidding! Aren't Latinas known for their level head? Chiki says, I'm gonna put that puto in the dirt. Ese hijo de puta no me va a ver su primer boda. I lost in the last part. I understood some things, though, like that puto means butthole, and that other part was, that son of a bitch will not see his first wedding. First wedding, that's interesting. Opie says, Prima, stop. There's no point. Chiki, pero ese puta just revealed something horrible. Homies don't mess with homies. And the first part of that sentence was, but that bitch just revealed something horrible, because OP wants to clarify that puto has different meanings when you translate it to English. Yeah, usually it's always bad, though. It's a naughty word. You can take the chica out from East LA, but you can't take East LA out from a chica. You might be able to take it out of a white dude, though. My brother renounced all his gang ties and ended up moved to a prison that's like pretty near my grandma's house, and so I'm thinking maybe we could go and see him. Meet the family and make day introduction. I think that'd be pretty dang nice. Anyway, total sideline real life news that I'm whatever excited about. But in the story, seriously, Chiki's probably gonna go stab him. OP says, Chiki, the point that I'm trying to make is that puto is a good friend of mine. Chiki, you mean it was a good friend? Come on, Prima. A friend will understand if you can't help them with their stuff. A homie knows that homies help homies, but sometimes when a homie fucks up, that güey's on his own, especially when the 5-0's on his ass. OP, the cops are not involved. Chiki, the 5-0's the bitch who started the club, idiota. God, it's like you don't understand metaphors or something. I'm a little lost to the sauce too, but that's okay. Look, you have 2 options. One is putting your foot down and facing the fact that your friend dragged you in for no reason and broke your trust. Or secondly, you can let him continue to plug up your pooper. OP says, Chiki, he's not f***ing me over. Chiki, bullshit. He's f***ing worse than a chomo on his first day in prison.
You can call me the health inspector. Now pick up the soap.
Can we say all this? Why can't you see that? He's using you as a shield, OP. I mean, maybe I just... No, for real. She's laying it down about as flat. It's picking up what everybody in the comments has been putting down. Good. I'm glad someone was there to tell you the harsh truth. Chiki, you can't believe it or what? OP, Yeah, maybe I am an idiot. I could have just told him no, but I guess I couldn't shake off the feeling that he just told my past to some guy who is clearly a goddamn creep. Chiki, future chomo from the looks of it. OP, Chiki, please. I'm pouring out mi sangre here. I don't want to hear jokes. Pouring out my blood, which is a saying in Mexico similar to pouring my heart out. Sige lang, pero puso ko ang bato. It's just saying that my heart's like a stone or something like that. We're so multilingual in this episode. It's pretty cool. So Chiki says, Mija, look, this crap show's not going to end if you don't say your piece. These are not your monkeys, so it's not your circus. I know it can be scary standing up for yourself, but sometimes you gotta tell your homies to cut that shit out. OP looks down and says, yeah, you're probably right. She definitely is. And if they're real friends, then they'll take it on the chin. I don't know if Artlad can be considered a real friend, but OP seems forgiving. Maybe he'll earn his way back in or something. Chiki, I am right, and you got this. And you tell yourself, I got this, but mean it this time. OP, I don't know, Chiki. It's easy to say when you have someone in your corner. Chiki, I got you, chica. Just call me. I got 2 weeks off. OP, gracias, prima. Y gracias para dejarme vivir aquí. I know I'm being a handful, and that translates to thanks, cousin. Thanks for letting me stay here. Yeah, gracias and aquí is all I caught from that. Chiki says, the only reason I'm letting you stay here is so I can have a babysitter for my kids. OP, shut up, prima. And then a giggle. That's nice. A bit of the warm fuzzy before we go ahead and slop the whole thing up. After play fighting and giggling, I got dressed for the day and tried to finish any homework, but I got a text from Best Bro asking if Artlad was with me or if I'd at least heard from him at all. I texted back a no and asked why. Artlad and Best Bro always spend weekends together, always going to parties or some group hangout, but now it does seem like I'm knowing Artlad less and less, so I wanted to give Artlad another chance. So I texted him asking what the hell was going on. OP, hey Artlad, are you gonna see Best Bro today? He texted me all worried. Artlad, oh hey Dizzy, sorry, forgot to text him that I was busy today. I'll just text him right now. OP, okay, good. Glad nothing's wrong. Artlad, actually there is something wrong. Oh good, he's gonna lay it all out on the table, isn't he? OP says, like? Artlad, I wanted to talk to you on Friday, but you left home, so I couldn't. I got time later if you want to meet up. OP, like where? I don't have the money nor the energy for a bar or a club. Artlad, no, I just want to meet up at the park. The one we used to hang out at back in high school, just you and me. OP, I don't know, dude. I'm still thinking about what you did. Artlad, that's why I want to meet up. I want to tell you the truth. OP, fine. Artlad, thanks, Dizzy. That's so dramatic, bro. Just tell me over the phone, like. But okay, I guess we'll go through the whole thing. We set up a time that we could meet, and I started to mentally prepare for whatever the hell the truth might be. But I didn't tell him that I had also told Best Bro and Chiki about this meetup, just in case I do need some backup. This park is near the high school that we both went to, and the park is known for teens buying some devil's lettuce, and of course it was my old high school's makeout point as well. Sure, yeah, dude. Good times. Good times. A party demon, whoa. The park is also near a shopping center, so yeah, I could run there if need be. However, the meetup was past 4 p.m., so I couldn't really make a scene since nobody was actually around. I texted Artlad to tell him what part of the park I was in, and I waited. Artlad, hey Dizzy, how have you been? OP, yeah, I've been better. Artlad, you're not mad at me.
Now, I'm really mad.
Fuck you. OP says, well, that all depends on what this truth is. And I'll just hope that you're not telling someone else's story in order to make up for all you've done. Art Lad, no, I wanted to tell you the whole truth. To be honest, I wasn't a good friend to you. OP, no, really? I like this. The pushback feels good. Art Lad, dude, please, I'm not playing here. OP, you did something to Queenie, and I was dragged into it just because the girl dressed like me. Art Lad, it's more than just that. Queenie seems to not want to let it go. OP, what are you talking about? Art Lad, Dizzy, this is the first time where I don't want the friends that I made to be a part of my life. Yet. I can't. Sourface and Queenie are willing to blackmail me, or at least that's what Queenie told me. Blackmail. An old classic. Memories come rushing back from the Stealthbeard saga. Let's just hope OP and Art Lad don't have to roofie anybody. OP says, do you really believe that? Or you want me to believe that? Art Lad, no, I don't. I didn't believe any of that. Until Queenie. OP, until what? Art Lad, until Queenie said she'd ruin all my relationships, including my friendships, and that's why she has her friends being so mean to you. OP, they all keep telling me that she's losing sleep and she's sad because you keep avoiding her. Art Lad, what? I never avoided her. In fact, she's avoiding me. OP, that is bull. Art Lad, I swear! Ever since we shared our phone numbers for the club, she hasn't stopped texting me while avoiding me whenever I tell her that I need to clear things up with you. And then I find out that her friends are being mean to you and they're just trying to meddle with everything. OP, I never gave my number to her. It never happened. Art Lad, what? Yeah, it did. She came up to me saying she was looking for the club members so she could get their numbers and notify everybody about events and stuff. OP, she never came up to me. In fact, I haven't seen her since that first meeting. Art Lad, really? Fuck, she tricked me. I don't know what happened to his critical thinking faculties, okay? All operations in that portion of the brain have shut down completely. Too much lead paint? I don't know. Microplastics? Probably. Asbestos in the ceiling? You betcha. Mesothelioma. And OP says she tricked you. Art Lad, yeah. Also, there's a reason that I can't say no to Queenie. OP, and that reason is... Art Lad, the first few moments with her and Sourface seemed normal, but down the road she got, clingy. OP, clingy. Art Lad, I did pick up her hints, but I just don't like girls who are that clingy, needing to be around them all the time. Ugh. OP, is that why you keep toying with her? Art Lad, I swear I'm not. OP, I showed you those screenshots before I finally told her to stop, and I did it after this last meeting. OP, did you really though? Art Lad, yeah, and I quit the stupid fatty club too. I was so stupid to think Queenie would leave me alone after I saw her and Sourface together. Oh my god! Ah! What a bombshell!
We got in big trouble with your dad, my uncle.
Not like this. Ever since Sourface told me that Queenie and him are cousins, I just wanted to dip out. I was an asshole to you and Best Bro, and all because I hate being alone. I wish I was more like you, Dizzy. Just being okay with the idea of being alone. Damn. Now you get the alternate perspective. Extroverts feel alone sometimes. Probably a lot more often than introverts do. And in that case, I still don't feel too bad. Get the fuck outside, touch some grass. You're fine. OP offers a heavy counterpoint and says, and yet, you told him about my past and dragged me right into the lion's den with you. Art Lad, just because Queenie is clingy Doesn't mean you have to put up with her shit and even drag others along just because you're afraid of being lonely. Art lad, it's not that. I know I made it worse by lying to Cherry about your mental health and by lying to Miss Maldall and Bonbon that girls like you's what I'm into, but now Sourface has an in on me. OP, an in? Art lad, good fella. He might be catching on and might spill the truth to Sourface's family. Dude, that is an atom bomb detonated in the living room. We are not going to Thanksgiving or Christmas. You're never going to see each other again. I will spray you with the hose like a couple of stray dogs. OPS, the real question here, it says, who exactly is good fella? Great, we got more people to deal with. Art lad takes a deep breath and says, look, I can give you his number and I'll text him about it. I think he'll want to talk about what happened to you on Monday. Goodfella is also in all this crap because Queenie, Sourface, and Goodfella are being funded by the same family member. What the hell is this? It's like some sort of dark web internet thing, or how deep did the roots really go? OP says, I don't like where this is going. I just want out. Art lad, and Goodfella can help you. From what he told me, this isn't his first rodeo dealing with that crap. He thinks it's like a game that they play. OP, Art lad, are you fucking with me? Just say you messed up and don't make up this BS story. I mean, I guess I don't believe his story either, really. The drama of the whole situation, it doesn't lend credence to it. It's like you're trying to bullshit me into something. Again, OP says, I am not making this up. If I read this from someone else, I'd think the same thing. But I really did live through this nightmare. It's a nightmare because I went to college with a couple of, I guess, family-interested individuals. But later on, I did find out that these said individuals just tend to drag people into their crap pile because, well, you know, toxic people tend to like to dump on others. In my journal, however, I wrote that I think Art Lad was just lying to me with the most ridiculous lie that I have ever heard. I mean, it is outlandish. I gotta say that much. I suppose it reveals the reason why they're blackmailing him, but not what they're blackmailing him with. He's still being evasive. Not all the cards are on the table. I mean, come on, says OP. Would you believe someone if they were telling you that they have someone being crazy clingy and, oh yeah, also they're banging their cousin too? Maybe in Alabama, but not in California. I don't think even in Alabama that often. But then again, with that, Art Lad gave me Goodfella's number and headed home. I, however, went to the shopping center, just found a place to drink some good old coffee and have a good old think. I was 19, not 21, otherwise I would have just drank to forget about all this BS, like a true Mexican/college student. I don't think we really need the slash in there. Just bring me a case of Tecate. Oh, those are memories, man. After that, I went back home and Sunday was uneventful until I got a message from an unknown number late at night. To my introverts out there, you know damn well that I was not even close to answering that text. But I got another one, someone who claimed to be Goodfella. Again, it was years ago and I don't remember it word for word, but it was like, Goodfella, hello, I heard you wanted to talk to me. It's Goodfella, by the way. I got your number from Art Lad. OP, oh, you must be the guy Art Lad was talking about. Well, what and how do you know about Queenie and Sourface? I'm sure Art Lad told you about what's been going on, Goodfella. Yes, but I'd rather talk in person. I promise that I won't do anything that Sourface would do. Yeah, already that's sus. I basically always just believe the reverse of what people tell me. OP says, I don't know, dude. I'm not buying what Art Lad even told me. How do I know you're not just a friend of his doing him a favor? Goodfella, trust me, after this I'm out of your life. I don't want to be a part of this just as much as you don't, but I kind of have to because reasons. Oh yes, reasons. Who hasn't been there before? OP says, right. Good fella. Look, I go to the same college as you. We can meet at the sports field that's near the art building. I have some classes near there. OP, I do too. Okay then, can you meet me there at around noon or so on Monday? I have a 3-hour gap before my next class then. Good fella. That could work. I'm out at maybe like 1 p.m. So yeah, sounds good. OP, alright, sure. Good fella. See you Monday. In comes Monday. I remember that Monday morning being okay, but also feeling pretty nervous and also sort of like I was being pranked. Around the time to meet up, I texted Goodfella. I told him where I was waiting, and I wondered who he is. Goodfella. Hey, are you dizzy? I'm Goodfella. OP. Yeah, I'm dizzy. Good to meet you. In front of me was a chubby guy who also kinda looked like Sourface, however smaller in weight, but similar in height. OP, are you related to Sourface? Good fella. Sourface is my older brother, and Queenie is my step-cousin. My uncle remarried when I was 8, and I've known Queenie since then. OP, Sourface is your brother. Good fella. Yeah, he doesn't look like me since I came out as androsexual. OP, androsexual? Good fella. Someone who likes masculinity, regardless of gender. Oh, I thought it was about androids. And I said that with a completely straight face, so you know it's true. OP says, okay, cool, but how is being that have anything to do with what's going on? Good fella. Oh, well, I'm not close to Queenie, but I do know Sourface. And Sourface has been in trouble for his behavior, but my family didn't do much until he and Queenie got close. OP, close, but Queenie likes Art Lad and good fella. Well, Queenie doesn't like him anymore. From what I can see and or hear, she really just wants a hot guy in order to have a hot boyfriend. Is the hot guy just like a beard, a cover-up as she bangs her cousin? I don't know what's happening here. OP says, okay, good fella. Look, my advice to you is to quit that club right now. I didn't even know she started a club, and she made it about health at every size, right? OP, why? I mean, I know why. I mean, why only that? Good fella. I don't think she'll prevent it from turning into a toxic environment with her crap. Her problems are everybody's problems. Plus, from what I heard, she's not even doing the work and having one person do everything. And if she is running the club, this past Friday made everyone eat a snack and almost fought with Sourface in front of everyone. And their fights tend to be bad. I don't want to go into details. Yeah, I'm sure I don't want to hear any details. OP says, why are you telling me this? It's not like you care about the club, right? Good fella. I'm helping you because I've heard through the grapevine that Sourface was all touchy-feely with you. Yeah, that grapevine's pretty thin, huh? Them grapes talk a lot. I'm gonna fucking smash them up. Let's make some jelly. Plus, now my uncle is helping not only me, but also Queenie and Sourface. He's kinda rich, but never had kids of his own, and he said that if Queenie and Sourface acted up like that, then, he'd cut them off. It's to curve them into better people, but Sourface has always been like this, and I'm really just done with his bullshit. Ah, and you want the money from rich uncle. I've speared and gouged my rivals, and now I get twice as much money every week. Or whatever. I don't know if it's an allowance situation. OP says, and you want him to get cut off by your uncle? That's kind of going a little too far, isn't it? Good fella. And banging your cousin isn't? I think he's also into the... How is everybody into Queenie? What is this? OP says, okay, fair point, but still, why ruin his chances of earning a degree? Good fella. Community college only has AA degrees, right? 2 years degrees? OP says, yeah. And Goodfella says, he's been earning that AA since he was 18. OP? Oh, And he's 21 now. I mean, that's not like being 30. Maybe he's just, stacking up on degrees or something. Goodfella says, all he does is sign up for 2 classes a week and gets money from our uncle, thinking that he has like 4 or 5 classes. Uncle doesn't even check. And Sourface cries to mom and dad for more money while I get a job and try and be more self-sufficient. I don't want to stay home anymore. Again, I don't want to go into the details. Yeah, the money is ugly business. Proud of you for working, but also don't drag Uncle into all this. Come on. OP says, so let's get this right. You want me to tell you how he acted last time so you can get some petty points from seeing him get cut off? Goodfella. Yup. OP, I don't know, dude. I just want to continue my college experience drama-free. Goodfella. But you'll never have to go through that again. For some reason, I did want to go through with Goodfella's whole plan, but not before clarifying whether or not this was a prank. Like I said, there's too much going on, and if it was someone else writing the story, I wouldn't believe it at all. He was 100% truthful, but I didn't like his plan. Not because it was hurting Queenie and Sourface's degree, but because the plan was fucking awful. And I told him as such. OP, dude, I will help, but your plan is god-awful. They are not gonna believe you. Goodfella. Huh? Why not? OP, if you were implying to me that your family has caught them before, then you need evidence, as well as me going and telling them outright. Goodfella. Go on. OP, well, first I need time to think of a better plan, but I'll text you when I've thought of something good. Goodfella. Deal! Shook hands, left the area in different directions, and all was fine until I ran into Queenie. OP. Oh, hey Queenie, how was smack? I got bitch slapped across the face hard. OP. Ow, what the hell, Queenie? Stay away from my boyfriend! OP. Huh? Boyfriend? Since when? Queenie. We're not official, at least not yet. I followed Artlad the other day and I saw you and Artlad at the park, you home-wrecking bitch! OP. What? You're stalking him and you're calling me a home-wrecker? Queenie. Because you are! He's mine! I've tried everything to get him to notice me and yet he only likes skinny girls! OP. I'm fat too, Queenie. You're skinnier than me! He does that to make me feel bad about my body. I'm healthy. I'm what a real woman should look like. Well, apparently old boy Artlad doesn't think so. OP says, Queenie, what the actual F? I do not like Artlad. Queenie, screw you, Skinny. Your mom's a whore and your dad's a loser. What'd you say about my mama? Did you call my father a loser? I felt something boiling, as well as something hardening. You might push me around and call me names, but nobody talks about my family like that. Nobody! Dear readers, I remember writing in my journal that I finally stood up for myself and felt really good about it. OP, vete a la verga, hija de puta, which is go screw yourself, son of a b. I'll not translate 100% because it will demonetize ReddX's channel, so no. I think the robot knows how to speak Spanish, but it's gonna be fine.
Me llamo Roberto Robato.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Gracias.
OP, what did you say? OP, no! Shut up! I'm done with your crap and your little flying monkeys. Queenie, you're the one who's a home wrecker. OP, okay, la chick, I'm not dating him, nor am I screwing him. Queenie, you're lying. OP, I don't care what you think. And also, I'm fucking quitting the stupid fatty club. Queenie, you can't quit. OP, oh yes, I can. And by the way, Cherry is a better president than you. She's the one doing all the work, so go screw. I flipped her off as I walked past her. I was just so angry that I walked anywhere else, and I seemed to walk into an event that looked to be hosted by the LGBTQ club. I didn't mean to, but that's where I met some members, and they gave me some booklets about what it means to be gay or queer or trans, and in my moment of anger, I might have walked into something that made me realize that I was trans at this time, but oh boy, me being trans is its own can of worms, but that's a different tale. However, it will be relevant to this story, and before you ask, no, I did not date Goodfella, but he did help me. That's a spoiler, however. Anyway, I'll end it here. Thanks for reading. I know this is short, but there's only 2 or 3 parts left of this tale, and this isn't my shining moment quite yet. Again, my English could use some work, but don't be afraid to correct me and tell me about how my writing sucks. It helps to know. Drink a lot of fluid, not Mountain Dew. With peace and love, Dizzy out. Yes, indeed. It is all unfolding before our eyes. I think Art Lad is still hiding something. Can't trust him 100%, but at least Goodfella seems to be in your corner. I mean, for his own reasons. The enemy of my enemy type of stuff. I probably still wouldn't bother getting involved at all. Pack everything up, move to a different college. Doesn't matter if I gotta, work and buy a car. Now I got the freedom of the road behind me. Can't nobody pin me down. Ain't that right, motorcycle mama?
That's right, Daddy. Yeah, Mama.
Well, yes, I will be interested to see how things unfold further. I'm so proud of OP for growing her spine, letting it show just a little bit. But indeed, there's more on the way. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. Maybe sign up on the Patreon. Maybe sign up on the YouTube memberships. You could even do both at once if you're a true mad lad. Consistent money every month really does help us out, and I'm very appreciative. You can also check out the Fourth Wall if you were so inclined. We got all kinds of merch over there. But if you don't got cash to splash around, that's okay, I'm just happy that you were here. I hope maybe you'll share the video around if you know somebody that would enjoy it. But most importantly, friends, I hope that you remember that you are loved, you are worthy, you definitely deserve it, and I shall see you in the next one. So until then, bye-bye.
Nani baka, nani baka, nani baka, nani baka, nani baka.